All right, shalom, shalom. It's Brother Yotazadak, hero of Israel. I'd like to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles who grave no stone. Today we're going to go into Numbers chapter 3, right? Going into the Hebrew. Lord willing, you're edified, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles who grave no stone. Let's get right into it. Salakia. This is Numbers chapter 3, verse 1, right? And it reads, Wa al-ha tawa ladath Aaron wa Masha, meaning and these are the generations of Aaron and Moses, by Yawam in the day which spoke the Lord, the Bar Yahweh, to Moses, Atha Moshe, in Mount Sinai, Bahar Sayanaya, Wa'alha Shamawath Benaiah Aaron. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron, the firstborn, Habakar, Nadab, Wa Abayahawa, Ala Azar, Wa Ayathamar, right? So you have Nadab, Abihu, Eliezer, and Ithamar, right? Alha, Shamawath, Benaiah, Aaron. These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the priests. Ha Kahanyam, Ha Mashayachim, or Salakia, Ha Mashachim, which were anointed. Ashar Mala Yadam, which were consecrated, right? Given the hand for priesthood, La Kahan, right? Because Mashach means to anoint, right? Malah means actually to be filled or fulfill, but this is in the sense of consecration, right? And Yadam La Kahan means given the hand of priesthood, right? Wayamata Nadab Wa Abayahawa, and died Nadab and Abihu before the Lord, Lapanaya Yahweh, Baha Korabma, upon bringing near Ash Zara, fire strange, before the Lord, Lapanaya Yahweh, in the wilderness, Bamadabar, Sinai, Sayanaya, Wa Banyam, La'a Hayawa, and sons that were not to them, Laham, Wayakahan Allah Ezar, and they were priest Eliezer, Wa Ayathamar, and Ithamar, right, before the face of Aaron, Alpanaya Aaron, their father, Abba Yaham, right. Wayadabar Yahweh al Masha la Amar, and he spoke to the Lord, to Moses, to say, Hakorab, meaning bring near, Atha Mata Lawaya, to the scepter of Levi, Waha Imadath, and they will stand with you, Athawa, before the face of Aaron, Lapanaya Aaron, the priest, HaKahan, and will minister to him. Wa Sharathwa Athawa, right? Wa Shamarwa Atha Shamaраthwa, right? And will keep to the charge, right? Wa Atha Ma Shamarath, and to the duties, right? Call Ha'ida, to all the company, meaning of the sons of Israel, Lapanaya Achal Mawa'id, before the face of the tent of gathering. La ibad, atha ibadath, to serve, to the service of the tabernacle, ha mashakan. Washamar wa, atha kal kalaya, meaning to all they will keep to all the instruments of the tent of gathering, which is read as achal mawa'id wa'atha mashamarath, and um to the service of the sons of Israel, Benaiah Yasha'ala, La Ibad, to serve, Atha Ibadath, to the service of the tabernacle, Ha Mashakan. One Atha Halawayim, you appoint to the Levites, unto Aaron, La Aran, Wala Benaiah Wa, right, and to his sons, Nathanam, meaning surely you will assign them, Hama, unto him, Lawa, from the sons of Israel, Ma'ath, Benaiah Yasha'ala, Wa'atha Aran, Wa'atha Benaiah Wa, and to Aaron, to his sons, Ta Paquad, you will give charge, Wa Shamar Wa, and they will keep, to the priesthood, Atha HaKahan, Kahantam, or it's like, yeah, Atha HaKanatham, right? Wahazar Hakorab Yawamath, right? And the alien that comes near, he will be put to death, right? Salakia. Wayadabar Yahweh al Mashah la Amar, meaning, and the Lord said unto Moses, right? Verse 12. Wa anaya hana la kwakthaya, right? And I, behold, I take to the Levites ha atha halawayim matawak, from the midst of the sons of Israel, Benaiah Yasha'ala, in place tachath, of all the firstborn, Kal Bakar Patar Rakam, right? That cleaveth the womb, right? That word Patar means to cleave, right? As in those that come out of the womb, right? And the word for womb is actually Patan, right? Means stomach, womb. But Rakam is a non-literal way to say womb, right? Because Raham is actually means mercy, right? So really, it reads all firstborn that splitteth the mercy, which is it's just another word for womb, right? Benaiah Yasha'ala, of the sons of Israel, Wahayawa Laya, and will be unto me the Levites, Halawayim, right? Kaya Laya Kal Bakar, because to me will be all the firstborn, or Salakia, because unto me were all the firstborn, by Yawam, meaning in the day that I smote, Hakath Yah, to all the firstborn, Kal Bakar, Ba'arataza Matazarium, in the land of Egypt, HaQuadash Thaya, and I sanctified unto me, Laya, all the firstborn in Israel, Kal Bakar Ba Yasha'ala, Ma'adam Ad Bahama, from man unto beast, Laya Yahayawa, right? To me they will be, because I am the Lord, Anaya Yahweh, right? Wayadabar Yahweh al Mashah, and he spoke the Lord unto Moses in the wilderness, Bamadabar of Sinai, Sayanaya, La Amar to say, Paquad, Atha, Benaya, Lawaya, right? Meaning registered to the sons of Levi, right? Labayath, Abatham, to the house of their fathers, according to their clan, La Mashapachtham, all males, called Zakar, Maban, Hadash, from the son which is newly born, because that word Hadash means to be new or to be renewed, refreshed, something new, right? Ma'ailah, and up. So all the firstborn which were newly born and up, you will register. Ta Paquadma, right? Waya Paquad Atham, right? And he registered unto them Moses, Masha, upon the mouth of the Lord, Al Paya Yahweh, Ka Ashar Tazawa, like which was commanded. Wa Yahayawa Al Ha, and were these the sons of Levi, Benaiah, Yasha'ala, or Salakia, Benaiah, Lawaya, upon their names, right? Basham Thum, Bashamath Ma, right? Garshan, Wa Kwahath, Wa Mariah, Marariah, right? Which is Gershon, Kohath, and Merari, right? Wa Alha, Shemawath, Benaiah, Garshan. These are the names of the sons of Gershom, according to their clan. La Mashapachtham, La Benaiah, which is Libni, Wa Shemaiah, and Shimei. Wa Benaiah Kohath, right? And the sons of Kohath, according to their clan, La Mashapachtham, was Imaram, Wayatazahar, Habaran, Wa Azayala, right? Which is Amran, Izhar, Hebron, and Uziel. Wa Benaiah, Merariah, La Mashapachtham, and the sons of Merari, according to their clan, right, were Machalia, Wa Mawashia, right, which were the sons of Merari. Alha, Hum, these were they, the clans. Mashapachat, these were they, the clans of Levi, Halawaya, to the house of their father, Labayath, Abathab. Verse 21, La Gershom, Mashapachta, right? To Gershom, the clan, right? The clans were Ha-Labanaya, meaning the Libnites, and the clans Wa-Mashapachta, Ha-Shemaiah, meaning the Shimeites, Al-Ha, Hum, Mashapachta. These were they, the clans of the Gershonites, right? Hagarash Naya, right? Because a ya at the end, it just makes it speaking about the clan in the plural sense, right? So when you say Yasha'ala, Ya, Yasharalia, that means Israelites, right? Yasha'ala means Israel, right? Bakwad Yaham, Ba Masapar. So they were registered according to the number of all males called Zakar, Maban Hadash from the son newly born, Wama Ilah and up, Paquad Yaham. They were registered Shabaitha Alapium, meaning 7,000, Wakamash Mawath, and 500. Verse 23, Mashapatha, right? The clans of the Gershonites, Hagarashnaya, will be behind Acharia, the tabernacle. Hamashakan, Yachanawa, they will encamp to the west. Yama, right? Wanashaya, Bayath, Abba, Lagar Shanaya, and the ruler to the house of the father of the Gershonites would be Eliasap, the son of Laala, which is Eliasaph, son of Lael, Wamashamaroth, right? And the charge of the sons of Gershom, Benaiah, Garshan, will be upon the tent, Ba'achal of assemblage, Mawa'id of the tabernacle, Ha Mashakan, Waha Achal, and the tent, Ma Kasawa, and the tent and its covering, right? Because that word kasa means to cover. Wa Masak, and the screen, because that word Masak, it means a screen. Of the door, Pathak, Achal Mawa'id, the tent of assemblage, right? Now a screen is something, right? For example, you hang a curtain, or they have those beads that you can hang in front of a door that is kind of like a covering, right? Or you just wrap a blanket in front of a door. That's what a screen is. It's not like it's not what you think in modern days, right? Like a screen made of um, um, like a window screen. It's not the same thing, right? Just to clear that up. So the Gershonites, they had the charge over the tent of meeting, right? Its covering, right? The screen of the entrance, right, to the tent of meeting. Waqwalaya, Hachatazar, right? And the hangings of the court, right? Because that word kwalai, it means something that is hung, right? Because you had the pillar set up in the court, and then you had other things placed above it, right? Which were they were to cover the enclosure of the tabernacle, right? Wa'atha masak, right? And to the screen of the door, pathak, ha chatazar, and the court. The word chatazar means court. Ashar al hamashakan, which is upon the tabernacle. Wa'al hamazabach, and upon the altar round about, Sabiab, Wa'atha, and to the cords, Mayathar Yawa, right? That word Yathar means cord, right? Lakal Ibadathwa, right? And the cords which are to all of its service, right? Numbers 3 and 27. Wala Kohath, and to Kohath, their clans, Hamashapakthah, Slakia Mashapakta, Ha Aimar Maya, the Amramites, Wama Shapakta, right? And the clans of the Israelites, Haya Tazaharia, Wama Shapakta, and the clans of the Hebronites, Ha Habarnaya, Waha Mashapakta, and the clan Salakia, of the Uzzielites, right? Salakia, just bear with me. And the clans of the Uzzielites, which is Ha Azayalaya, Alha Hama, Alha, right? Hama. These are they. The clan Salakia, the clans Mashapakta of the Kohathites, Ha Quahathia, right? Bama Sapar, right? The number of all males, Kal Zakar, Maban Hadash, from the son newly born, Wama Ilah, and up, were 8 Shamanath, 1,000 Alapium, Washash, Ma'ath, and 600. So they were 8,600, right? Shamaria, Mashamarath, which kept to the duties of the sanctuary, HaKodash, right? Numbers 3 and 29, Mashapakta, right? The clans of the sons of Kohath, Benaiah, Kohath, they will encamp Yakanawa upon Al Yarak, the edge of the tabernacle, Hamashakan, southward, Tayemana, right? Because that word Yarak, it means thigh or the edge of something or the side of something, right? Just like Yad, it's interchangeable, right? Wanashaya, Bayath Abba, La Mashapakta, and the ruler of the house of the father of the clans of the Kohathites, Ha Quahathia, will be Eliah Tazapan, Ban Azayala, right? The son of Uziel, right? Numbers 3:31, Wama Shamartham, right? And their charge will be the ark, Aran, Waha Shalachan, and the table, right? Because that's how you say the table, Shalachan, Waha Manara, which is the menorah, Waha Mazabaktha, and the altars, Wa Kalaya, and instruments of the sanctuary, Hakwadash, Ashar, Yasharatwa, which they will minister upon them, Baham, Waha Masak, right? And the screen, Wakal Ibadathwa, right? And all of its service, right? Wa Nashaya, Nashaya Aya, right? And the ruler of rulers of the Levites, Halawaya, would be Allah Izar, meaning Eliezer, the son of Aaron, Ban Aran, the priest, Ha-Kahan, right? Pakodath, right? Shamaria, right? will have the charge of the keeping of the Mashamarath of the service of the sanctuary, right? Hakwadash, right? So that was right the 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 Kohathites, right? Their duties would be the ark, right? The table, the menorah, the altar, the instruments of the sanctuary, right? The screen of the door, or the screen, right? And all things connected unto it, right? And the prince of the princes, or Slaki, the ruler of the rulers, meaning the head, uh, would be Eliezer, the son of Aaron, the priest, right? To minister in the sanctuary, right? Numbers chapter 3 and 33, La Mararia, Mashapachta, right? To Merari, right? The clans um, were the clans of the Malites, Hamachalia, Wama Shapachta, right? And the clans of the Mushites, Hamawashia, Alha, Hama. These are they, the clans of Merari, Mashapachta, Mararia. Wapaquad Yaham, right? And they were registered, and according to the number, Bama Sapar, Kal Zakar, all male, Maban Hadash, from the son newly born, Wama Ilah, and up, were 6,000, Shashath, Alapium, and 200, Wa Ma'athium, right? Wa Nashaya, Bayath, Abba, Lamashapakta, and the ruler of the house of the father of the clans of Meraria, was Tazawariyala, which is Uriel, the son of Abihail, Bun Abayachayel. Al Yarak, meaning upon the edge of the tabernacle, Hamashakan, they will encamp, Yachanawa, to the north, Tazapana. Numbers 3 and 36, Wa Pakwadath, and the charge of the duties, Mashamarath, of the sons of Merari, Benaiah, Meraria, will be the planks, Korashia, of the tabernacle, Ha-Mashakan, Wa Barayak Yawa, and its bars, Wa Imad Yawa, and its pillars, Wa Adan Yawa, and its sockets, Wa Kal Kalaya Wa, and all its instruments, Wa Kal Ibadathwa, and all its service, right? Which that word Korash means plank, right? The modern day plank would be, for example, a 2x4, right? Which was used to set up the tabernacle, right? They are by definition planks of wood, right? So if you would say, right, a plank of wood would be Korash Aitaza, right? And that word Barach, right? That means a bar, right? Or something that is. It also means, in a non-literal sense, it means to flee. For example, Yahweh Shai, right, in the beginning of the Gospel of Luke, right, he sat up in the midst of the congregation, and he read the book of Isaiah, right, stating that he was anointed to preach the gospel, right, and eventually he was driven out, right, after the rest of that account played through, he was driven out and was almost thrown off a cliff, right? But what he did, instead he fled through, instead he pushed himself through that crowd, right, of the Jews, right, in order to go away from them, right? So that's in the sense of to flee through, which is barach, right? But it also means bars, right? And that word imad, it means pillar, but it also means to stand, right? Something standing. You could compare that with natazab, right? And that word adan would be a socket, right? Because you have to have somewhere where those pillars were set up, right? This would be the pillar, right? Lock here, bear with me. Right, you have the right, for example, here's the corner of the tabernacle. You have the pillars, right? These are the pillars. The sockets would be in which the pillars would be placed upon, right? And then you have the planks, which would go here in the middle in order to keep them in place. Or Salakia, those would be the bars, right? And the planks would be actually what makes up the pillars, which would be, I believe that's two planks placed together, right, beside each other, and then they would be set up upon its socket, right, which would make the pillar, right? Numbers chapter 3 and 37. Why Imadia, right? And the pillars of the court, Ha Chatazar, Sabiab roundabout, and its sockets, Wa Adanyaham, right? And its pins, Wayethad thumb, right? And its cords, Wama Yathar Yaham, right? Because the cords is what held up the court, right? Because you would have the planks, the pillars, the sockets set up, everything set up. Then you would have the cords to hold them also, to give it a little extra holding them in place. And the pins would be what would be placed to hold the cords on the ground, and also there would be pins in between the pillars, right? And a little extra to keep them in place, right? A pin would be something like, you know, like the modern day screw, or right? That's all that the pins were, right? So let's see. Numbers chapter 3 and 38. Waha Chanayim Lapanaya Hamashakan, right? And they will encamp before the tabernacle to the east, Quadama, before the tent of assemblage, Lapanaya Achol Mawa'id, from the rising of the sun, Mazaracha, right? Masha wa Aaron, Moses and Aaron, wa Benaiah wa, and his sons, they will minister. Shamariam, or Salakia, they will keep, right? The service, Mashamarath, of the sanctuary, Ha Makwadash, right? La Mashamarath, right? And the duties, or Salakia, right? For the duties, right, of the sons of Israel, Benaiah, Yasha'ala, right? Because the duties of the priests were to minister unto the sons of Israel, right? When they would bring their sacrifices unto them. but there were certain parts of the tabernacle that they were not able to enter into, right? Wahazar ha-korab, and the alien which comes near, you will be put to death. Yawamath, right? Numbers chapter 3 and 39. Kal Pakwadia, right? And all the charges of the Levites, Halawayim, Ashar Pakwad, right? Which will give them charge Moses, Mashah, and Aaron, wa Aaron, or Salakia. So it says Kal Pakwadia, Halawayim, right? And all that were registered of the Levites, right? Ashar Pakwad Moshe, which registered Moses, while Aaron and Aaron, Al Payah Yahweh, upon the mouth of the Lord, according to their clans, La Mashapachtham, calls Zakar, meaning all males, Maban Hadash, from the son newly born, Wama Ilah, and up, were Shanayim 2, Wa Ishariam, and 20,000, Alap. So it was 22,000, right? Wa Amar Yahweh al Mashah, and he said the Lord to Moses, right? Paquad, called Bakar, meaning register all males, right? All firstborn, the males, Zakar, to the sons of Israel, Labanaya, Yasha'alah, from the son newly born, Maban Hadash, and up, Wama Ilah, Wa Sha'ah, Atha, Masapar, and bear to the number of their names, Shamtam, right? Shamathma, Salakia. Wala Kwath, Salakia. Wala Kwachath, right? And you will take to the Levites Halawayim, Atha Halawayim, unto me, Laya, because I am the Lord, Anaya Yahweh. Instead, Tachath, of all the firstborn, called Bakar, in Israel, in the sons of Israel, Ba Benaya Yasha'allah, Wa Atha Bahamath, and to all the beasts, and to the beast, right, or cattle, of the Levites, Halawayim, right, Tachath, meaning in place of all the firstborn, called Bakar, right, Ba Bahamath, upon the beasts of the sons of Israel, the cattle of the sons of Israel, Benaya Yasha'allah, Waya Pakwad Mashah, right, and he registered Moses, right, Ka Ashar Tazawa Yahweh, like which commanded the Lord unto him, Athawu, Atha called Bakar, to all the firstborn, upon the sons of Israel, Ba Benaya Yasha'allah, right? So Moses recorded all the male firstborn, which were among the children of Israel, right? Wa Yahaya called Bakar, right? And was all the firstborn, Zakar, the males, according to the number of their names, Bama Sapar, Shamath, Maban Hadash, from the son of the newly born, and up, Wama Ilah, right? And they were registered, Wa Pakwad Yaham, which were Shanayim, meaning 2, Wa Ashariam, and 20, as in 22,000, Alap, Shalasha, meaning 3 and 70, Wa Shabayim, as in 73, right? So it's 22,000, 73, Wamathium, right? And 200. So it's 22,273. right? Numbers chapter 3 and 44. Wayadabar Yahweh al Mashah la Amar. And he spoke the Lord unto Moses to say, Quach atah ha lawayim, take to the Levites, right, the hath in place of all the firstborn, kal bakar, upon the children of Israel, babanaya yasha'ala, wa atah bahamath, and to their cattle, right, of the Levites, halawayim, the hath in place of the cattle, in place of your cattle, bahamatham, right, wahayawa laya, and they will be unto me, the Levites, halawayim, I am the Lord, Anaya Yahweh, right? Wa'ata padayaya, right? And to the, so it's translated as redemption, but that word pada actually means to preserve, right? Meaning, and you will preserve, right? Hashalasha, right? To the 3, Waha Shabayim and 70, Waha Ma'athium and 200, 273, right? Ha Idapium, meaning the difference, right? Because that word idap means the difference of something, right? For example, you have 10 shekels, right? And right, and I made 20 shekels, so the difference idap would be 10 shekels, which is the difference of what I made from what I had originally, right? So that's what that word idap means, right? The difference of something, right? Or I sell, two cattles, right? And I bought them for 10 shekels, but I make 15 shekels out of them. Then the difference, the idap, would be 5 shekels, right? Just an example, right? So it says, right, ha idapium, meaning the difference, upon the Levites, beside the Levites, al halawayim, ma bakar, from the firstborn of sons of Israel, Benaiah, Yasha'ala, right? Which I'll go over what this means actually once I'm done reading it. Wala laquachta, right? And you will take to the 5 chamashta, which would be 5 shekels, shequalium, according to their head count, la galgalta, ba shequal, upon the shekel of the sanctuary, ha kodash, you will take takwach, isharium, 20 gerahs, garah, to the shekel, ha shequal, right? So a gerah was a type of measurement, right? Which you would use, you had certain stones that you would use for certain measurements, for larger measurements, but then you would have these beans that you would use, 20 of them. The 20 of them weighted on the scale would be equal to 1 shekel, right? You would weigh them to make sure they were properly weighed, right? So it says, take 5 shekels per head. Take this by the sanctuary weight, 20 gerahs to the shekel, right? And we'll go over the math in a second. Wa natha, right? Ha kasap, and you will give to the silver, right, to Aaron la Aran, and to his sons, wala Benayawa, Padayaya, right, which is that which is preserved, right. The difference, ha idapium, which are upon them, baham, right. Wayakwach Masha Atha Kasap, and he took Moses to the silver, right, which was preserved, ha padayawam, or ha padayam, from the difference, ma atha ha idapium, beside al, which was preserved, padayaya, from the Levites, ha lawayim, right. Ma'atha Bakar Benaya Yasha'ala, from the firstborn of the sons of Israel, right, was taken Laquach to the silver, Atha HaKasap, which was 5 Hambasha, and 60 Washashium, which is 65 Washalash Mawath, and 300, right, which is 365 Wa Alap, and 1,000, which is 1,365, right, upon the shekel of the sanctuary, Ba Shakwal Ha Kodash, right. Wayathan Masha Atha Kasap, and he gave Moses to the silver, right, which was a difference, Ha Padayim, to Aaron la Aran, and to his sons, wala Benayawa, al Payah, upon the mouth of the Lord, Yahweh, ka Ashar Tazawa, like which was commanded the Lord unto Moses, Yahweh Atha Masha, right. So now let's look at the math behind that, right. I'm just gonna get my Bible out. I told you it was gonna be math in this, right. Hebrew math, Hebrew Israelite math. All right, Numbers chapter 3, right. So you have, right, let's see, point Aaron and his sons, number their fathers, number them according to the, right, Numbers chapter 3. So number the firstborns of the children of Israel, right, which is Numbers 3 and 40, right. From a month old and upwards, take the number of their names, right. So you have the numbers of Israel, right. And it says, "Thou shalt take the Levites for me," right. Instead of all the firstlings among the cattle of the children of Israel, right. Moses numbered as the Lord commanded them all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and all the firstborn males were 22,273. 22,273, right? 22,273, right? And says, "Take the Levites instead of the firstborn among children of Israel, the cattle of the Levites instead of the cattle," right? Those who are redeemed of the 200 firstborn children of Israel, which are more than the Levites. So it's 273, right? These are the cattle of the Levites, right? Cattle of Levi. I'm just writing this down and then I'll show you, right? And it says, thou shalt even take 5 shekels a piece by the pole after the shekel of the sanctuary. Right? Let's see. For the firstborn. Oh, I have the math written right here. Salakia. Which is, bear with me. So you have, right? You have 273, right? Which are, right? Which was the difference of what the, so the firstborn of children of Israel were 22,273, right? The firstborn of the Levites was 22,000. Let me just look that up. No, the firstborn males, 13 Levites, their cattle to redeem. For those who are to redeem of the 200 and 13, which are more than the Levites, right? So the Levites, so the Lord redeemed the firstborn, right, of the children of Israel, which were 22,273, right, in place of the Levites, which were 22,000, right, and what remained was the 273, right, and that is the difference, which was to be paid at 5 shekels a piece, right? 5 shekels per head, and for the difference, right? And it says the difference, verse 48, which says, and give the silver to Aaron and to his sons. The difference, those that were preserved, the difference upon them, right? Which it says, right, verse 47, to take 5 and 5, right? Meaning, like it says here, Numbers chapter 3 and 48, and thou shalt give the money wherewith the odd number of them is to be redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons, right? Which was 273, but it would be the odd number, right? Which is why it says in verse 48, right, the difference, right? So in here, where it says here in verse 48, right, and give the silver to Aaron and to his sons, that which is preserved, that which is talking about the 273, right? Because you had 22,273 firstborn of the children of Israel. So what they did, they counted it, compared it to the Levites, which were 22,000. So what remained was 273. Out of those 273, they were to pay $5 a shekel for each odd number, right, out of 273, which was half, right? So 273 times 5, right? And right, let's do that real quick. Let's get out the calculator, right? 273 times 5, Slovakia, 1,365, right? Which was the difference, right? Which is so Slovakia, it wasn't the odd number. It was just 273 times 5, right? 5 shekels for each firstborn that was to be redeemed from the children of Israel, right? Because the Lord took the Levites in their place, right? Which it says, monthly upwards, Israel, among the cattle, right? So instead of the children of Israel offering up their cattle, right, for the redemption, right, and the Levites, what they did was they offered each person, right, to be redeemed, right, or to be preserved upon the price of the 5 shekels per head, right? So this is how you would redeem an animal according to the law. Instead of offering it up, you would pay, right, to have it preserved or redeemed, right, which is what the children of Israel did, right? The Lord said, I will take the Levites, right? So all the firstborn children of Israel will be redeemed by the Levites, right, which were 22,000, right, which were 22,000 Levites, but there remained 273 of those cattle, right, which the children of Israel will offer, right, and they would pay to redeem it, right, in order to keep their cattle instead of offering it up, right. They would pay 5 shekels per head, right, because the Levites were redeemed in place of the children of Israel. So the only thing that was left, right, to be redeemed, right, in place of their cattle, right, like it says here, right, firstborn among children of Israel, the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle, right. So the cattle of the Levites and the cattle of the Israelites were preserved, right, because they were redeemed according to what the difference was, according to the number of the children of Israel, right, and the Levites, right. So their cattle were going to be offered up, but the Lord said, look, how many children of Israel do you have, right, which are firstborn? They counted, and it was 22,273. And the Lord said, okay, I'm going to redeem your cattle by your firstborn, which is 22,273, according to the Levites, which is 22,000, right? I'm going to redeem them in their place, right? So instead of the cattle being offered up, the Lord said, okay, there's 22,273 Israelites. Okay, I'm going to take the 22,000 Levites unto me, and all you have to do is redeem the 273, which was the difference, right? Which 273 at 5 shekels per head was 1,365, right? Right? According to the shekel of the sanctuary, right? Because the King James translation says the odd number. That's not what it's talking about. It just said the difference. Where it says odd number, it just says the difference, right? Of the 22,273. So 273 were redeemed at $5 at 5 shekels a head. That was 1,365 shekels, which was given to Aaron and to his sons, right? According to what the Lord commanded unto Moses, right? So you have, so yeah, pretty much that's the explanation. All right. So in the King James version, Numbers 3 and 48 says the odd number, but it's not the odd number, right? And it doesn't say it here because Safaria knows what the hell they're talking about. Just in this case, because certain cases, not really. The King James Version is still, the translation. But we also compare with various translations just to get, certain just to bring out certain viewpoints and understandings, right? So this is Numbers chapter 3, right? Going into the Hebrew, it's probably a Tazadak here of Israel. Lord willing, you're ratified, and as always, and giving honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the others and apostles of Great Millstone, Kwam Yasha Allah, Abad Wabal, and Shalom.